Hello everybody, this is a grumpy old guy gaming. Happy Fragment Friday. We are on the Shining Darkness server running the field Cursed Mondo Kingworm, and we're doing it with our Wave Master. If you look back on my videos, I did an upload where I, for the life of me, could not get a Beastbane to trigger on a Kingworm and ended up having to leave the dungeon mid-combat because it just wasn't working out and it was that or death. Let's see if we are perhaps jinxing ourselves by invoking the name of the Kingworm here, or if we will stare at fate and fate will blink. Snowy field. Very few portals, encouraging sign off the start. Get our buffs up, physical defense and magical attack. Okay. That is an earth monster there, Sand Mountain, our best course of action. Probably lock it in place with Rhynek, and then just use some juke ROMs to get it down somewhat close. 3 finished the job. Certainly took me long enough to get that done, but I wanted to be a little extra safe rather than sorry. That was a Sand Mountain or Sand Mountain type monster. I didn't really notice the name. Got some white cherries here to check out. Next portal up just has a treasure chest, and we'll happily take the fool out of that chest. Moving up to the next portal here, right by a giant frozen fish, and it's a tiny risky treasure. Inside of said box, once the blue turns to yellow, are some thunder boots. The official boots of thunder. Here we've got a couple nightmares. Doubly so because we don't have any thunder element attacks. So we'll fall back on our other stalwart of just chucking spells like they're going out of style. Get put into critical range, but that's okay because we have a spell for that too. 16 points the better, back to full health, and time to open the next portal. That's going to give us another risky treasure right next to this boat, sort of frozen on the ice. Pick up a Hands of Storm, walk by this whale with a mysterious symbol just right by its head. Pick up Riggeem, the most welcome buff we could get. See an Acanthastor working its way towards us as we get more Riggeem. Water element, so we are going for Vulcan, the fire summon. Dealing 3,000 without the elemental hit, and 2 of those will take down the Acanthastor before it can do a thing to us. See symbol number 3 in the area, and that gives us out Vax. Two more nightmare here. Let them work their way back. Really just tried to keep them close enough that the Yarthkins would hit both. Unfortunately, I just flat out missed. Just alternating between Yarthkins and Vulcan because Rhynek is my 3rd summon, and that's Darkness Element, to which they are completely tolerant. 2 portals left on this icy field, and even more symbols to grab. There's more App Vax, so we're 2 for 4 on both App Vax and Riggeem as far as our symbol pickups go. 2 more nightmare here. Again, let them group together. They tend to run in little arcs. One down already. Other one actually did a heck of a good job of avoiding our magic damage, so we've got a fair bit of work still cut out for us. eventually take it down. Just one more portal to go out here in the field. Here's some heavy steps coming our way. It's a sand mountain. Now we've got confirmation on the name. And it seems like I may have put a bit too much effort in it the first time. Best to just juke ROM the heck out of it, get my 10 experience and risky treasure, and make our way through. Pick up a storm bracer there. Solid equipment here. See that fish frozen mid-leap. Nice little stream of ice behind it. Pick up an app anide. Darkness element up, so if we ever do cast Rhyneck again, that'll be for some bonus damage. Yeah, let's go ahead and pop it here for the sake of popping it. That's all field portals opened. Took to the very end to get that elemental hit off on the Juke ROM, but the Rhyneck more than enough bonus damage. One more symbol before we make our way to the dungeon, and it gives us App Corv. So good news, our physical attack's up. We're probably hitting things for 11 damage now instead of 10. Ride our Grunty to the dungeon to save a speed charm for when we get inside. See the feet of the frozen mammoth sort of crushing this doorway. Kind of makes you wonder how confident these adventurers are going in, knowing that there's a giant mammoth crushing the only way out. I mean, I guess fairies' orbs get them out magically, but you get the deal. First floor here. Beautiful castle look. Lovely purple accents. First portal inside's another sand mountain. Awful lot of sand in this here ice field. Of course, no major complaint by us. They're taken down easily enough and fairly rewarding. Making our way to the next room. Three nightmares this time. Tried to group them together as well as I could. Did not work out. Pop some items before we have to make our retreat down the hallway. A little bit of shifty camera work as well. Looks like we at least got rid of one of the nightmares. And now that the other two are grouped together. Chain those spells off. Second nightmare out of the road. Second artisan soul this battle popped. And one more Juke ROM to finish it off. Looks like we have a couple of things to celebrate. First is the end of a successful battle, and the second is the acquisition of a new level, happy level up to us. Pick up an ice storm there, moving to a little 90-degree turn room, where we run into even more nightmares. What a nightmare this is turning out to be. Very close to game over time there. I was pressing my advantage a bit more than I should have, and I've certainly paid for it here on timing. Still one nightmare to go, as the spells just don't seem to be hitting when we need them to, but we eventually get through. Disarm that trap and pick up some Thunder Gloves. Go ahead, heal ourselves up with a spell, and then pop an Artisan Soul, because Artisan Souls are far cheaper than healing elixirs. Pick up the death out of that chest, and hopefully that's the only manner by which we come across the death for this character. And now it's time to make our way straight up to the rest of this level. Acanthaster. Fun to say, fun to torch. One elemental hit from Vulcan and the giant star is down. Giving us a thunder anklet. And now the stairs down to 2. Before I forget, in case I haven't mentioned it, do feel free to check the links below for the excellent .hack network and NetSlum, the site of the lobby server for the game. We've got their Discord servers as well as their websites linked. Do check them out. As well as a fragment from the NetSlum, a wonderful little hub YouTube channel. A great destination for all of your .hack content needs. At least Fragment. Your Fragment content needs. That's what I wanted to say. Have to pardon me, a bit out of sync today. Picking up 9 quality experience from that sand mountain, still a rewarding enemy, even after the level up. Making our way further down now, looks like we've got a bit of a branching path. Stairs down are on the far right. We have a Gligon, so Yarthkins is called into action here. Big elemental hit for 2800. Can't quite follow it up with 2 elemental hits, so we have to pop an Artisan Soul. But the third one will finish the job. Always nice with the Wave Master to have an assortment of different elements on hand. Especially since once you get up high enough, everything is resistant to something. Here comes an Acanthaster, and we're just going to go ahead and torch it before it can really get to us. Did manage to paralyze us, but not before we got the second Vulcan off, so we get a little quiet time before this debuff wears off. Finally able to move again, one more portal to check out on this branch before making our way closer to the stairs down. It's a sand mountain, and we just don't want to deal with the sand mountain in general. See, it's hitting for about 25% of our hit points there, and I doubt that was even for full damage. Looks like an egg there in the distance, probably a bearcat egg, but I can do without, so making my way back over we go. Yet another Gligon. Second hit is for an elemental boost, as is the third, but honestly any old damage would have sufficed there. That'll do it for floor number 2 as we pass those giant gears. Always has a bit of a Castlevania feel to me when I see those. Floor number 3, go ahead, pop the Fairy's Orb, and reapply our buffs. Check this underside first up. There's the stairs down, so we'll clear out these treasure rooms and then make our way back over. Get an electric guard. Then we've got this chest on an altar here. That's going to give us an ice flow. Always like those rooms in parties because you've got 9 breakable objects and it's really simple to say everybody gets 3 on a wall. May sound silly, but some areas, in certain servers have some really nice items in the breakables, so never be afraid to check those out, especially when you get to higher levels. Maybe you luck into a healing elixir, and that's a fair bit of money saved for smashing a crate. Take down the Acanthast, or 2 castings of Vulcan, and pick up the devil out of that chest. Little C-shaped room here, portal at the end. It's another Acanthaster, so we'll have to pop an Artisan Soul. Elemental hit on Vulcan takes that down in just 1 try. Here are treasure chests spawning behind us, so we'll pick up a Hands of Storm on this side of the sea. Back in the middle, we pick up an Ice Storm. What will we pick up out of this third and final chest for the room? It's the Fool, and we are on our way to this dead-end room. Little room, chest on an altar, once again giving us the death in the only acceptable manner we can find it. Now that all that's out of the way, it's time to make our approach to the stairs down to floor number 4. Couple more portals to go before we get there. First portal is in a room that's going to turn us back down, but not before we take out a Gligon. And for that, we're just going to throw an unseemly amount of Yarthkins at it. Could have swore I popped that Artisan Soul first, but it apparently didn't register, so my third attempt at casting was with insufficient skill points. Cost me a little bit of time, but nothing more. Kinda just waiting on the server to move at this point. Never a good sign when you're locked up like this. Hoping nothing bad has happened and it's just a bit of lag. Perhaps I got to the door a little early and the program's still trying to catch up. Longer we're stuck here, the more I'm fearing a disconnect. And in fact, that is what happened. Disconnect error 6000. Hey everyone, it's me of the not too distant future. As you saw, we got kinda disconnected there, sorta cut off. And for a moment, I was really kind of ticked off there because this is about my 4th attempt to run something for Fragment Friday, and things just aren't working out every time I try, and then I realized something. The most fun part of this game is partying up and playing with others. So, I'll be around in the area for most of Friday. Got the day off, took a bit of a mini vacation. Please feel free to come join me. Help me finish this dungeon. Keywords, we covered them right there at the beginning of the video. I'll be sticking around. I've got this character, I've got a Blade Master that could handle it somewhat easily, and I've got a long arm that would probably be a suicide mission, as that field is about double its level. But if you feel like playing, go ahead, send me a message, just say hi. We'll party up and we'll run it together. Thanks, and we'll see you around.